Hello and welcome to Micah Manages It, the Micah Makes It podcast. This is a podcast where we will talk about questions you may have on the Christian faith and also about how on my channel and maybe interview some cast from some videos and talk about that video we made. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Now let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to Micah Manages It, the Micah Makes It podcast. I'm your host Micah McWhite, and today we're going to be discussing MrBeast and what I think about him. So let's get into it. Alright, so MrBeast, yeah, he's the most subscribed person on YouTube. Really famous. I'm sure you've heard about him. If you've not, you're probably either not on YouTube or don't have access to something like that. But if you're watching this, you probably have access to it. MrBeast is a very famous YouTuber. He does a lot of challenges where he gives away a bunch of stuff like money and prizes like cars and money, and I already said money. Yeah, he does that a lot, and so, since I've started recording, I'm trying to use two cameras to make it look better, so I have to, but the light for this thing is on the back for some reason, so I don't know how to see it, so I just have to keep checking it to make sure it's still going. But anyway, MrBeast, yeah, he's famous and everything, over 200 million subscribers. But we're going to be talking about him today. And by the way, if you are enjoying this podcast, if you're watching it, go down and hit subscribe to Micah Makes It. Hit the like button and hit that notification bell. If you are listening on Spotify, make sure to hit that follow button. And so that way you will never miss another episode. Alright, so yeah, MrBeast, he's, like I said, very famous. And he has a crew working for him, duh. I mean, you can't have 200 million subscribers and not have a crew. He has some of his friends that are in his video a lot, but he's not, he's a nice guy. I've heard he is, but oh, by the way, another thing, if you're watching this on YouTube, go to that community tab and vote for the next podcast episode. Whichever one does not get voted will be the last one to be released, and that will be the end of this season, surprisingly. I'll actually have 3 more because I have a friend coming over tomorrow, and hopefully we'll make a podcast. But yeah, so let's start talking about why I'm not a huge fan of MrBeast. So, before we do that, I know you've heard about him. He actually has a restaurant called Beast Burger, I think, yeah. And chocolate called Feastables. No, Feastables, I think. Yeah, I'm not even sure. I don't. I'm sure some of y'all are like, you don't even know what it is, chocolate. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of him for certain reasons that I'll talk about right now. This would probably be a shorter episode, by the way. So one of his coworkers is trying to change gender, and he's okay with that. He supports it. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of him. If some of y'all are like, no, he's not. How do you know that? Just look it up. You'll see. I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but it's one of the guys in his video, and in his videos that you would be able to see easily. So, yeah, that's why I'm not a huge fan of him. But I've heard he's a nice guy. If you've heard of Zealous, he's a YouTube channel. MrBeast gave him subscribers, so he now has like 3 million, I believe. Good guy, just supports the wrong things, I guess is how you would say it. Yeah, that sums up why I don't like him. And I know he's like giving it away to charity and everything, which is good, but he supports the wrong things like that. Or he's supporting his friend who is doing that. So, it's not an easy topic to talk about, and I can't talk a lot about him, but moving past why I don't like him, let's just talk about him. He's very rich, probably one of the richest. He is the richest YouTuber, I believe, on earth. He's up there in fame. Pretty much everybody knows about him. People have hats, sweatshirts, his merch. It's like a blue panther with like lightning coming out of its eyes, if you've seen it. So yeah, that's MrBeast. But now let me point you to some good YouTubers who are pretty famous, nowhere close to as famous as him, but are pretty famous. Luke Davidson does not cuss. He doesn't. I don't think he's never shown support to any of that. He's not a Christian, but he's family friendly, so you won't really have to worry about that. Hang Time, if you didn't know him, he has I forgot to mention, Luke Davidson has about 13 million subscribers. Then there's Hang Time, who is a former punter. So if you like football, like YouTubers, and you want a Christian YouTuber, Hang Time is definitely a Christian. So you can go watch him. You won't have to worry about any cussing or anything. He punted at Oklahoma, went to the NFL draft, was signed by the Dolphins, then cut by the Dolphins. So right now he's a free agent, but the channel is called Hang Time, one word, HANGTIME. So that's a great channel to watch. Another guy is Hang Time has about 275,000 subscribers. Ryan Trahan has I think close to 14 million subscribers. He's a Christian, I believe, or recently. Not all of his videos are family friendly, but his most recent ones are definitely, because he was kind of drifting back and forth, but finally found that foundation that you can find in Christ. So his newer videos are kind of good. I'd say within the past 6 months, although I have no idea what time y'all are watching this video. Great alternative. I'm trying to think of I can't really think of a lot of other YouTubers. I was going to say, the next podcast, if my friend wants to do, will probably be about musical instruments, because me and him both play drums at our church. So make sure you stay tuned to hear that one. Should be coming out soon. So if it's made, if not, then sorry. But yeah, so, and I'm trying to think of other alternatives. Garrett the Carrot is an animator. He has around a little over 1 million, and he's a Christian. And so it's animation too, so it's not going to be anything bad or inappropriate. He's a good YouTuber to watch. Daniel LaBelle has about 30 million, so he's probably the biggest YouTuber that I mentioned, and he's fine. He's clean. It's funny for the whole family to watch whenever you see Daniel LaBelle's videos. So they're clean videos that everyone will enjoy. But I believe that's going to wrap up this podcast. Sorry, it's on the shorter side, but I didn't really have a lot to talk about, and hopefully my next one will be longer, because whenever I have a guest, I find myself getting carried away talking to them. So hopefully you enjoy that, because I've seen a bunch of podcasts that are like over an hour long, and so I wonder if I should make mine that long. But I think mine are good how they are. 20 minutes is probably the perfect time that I would like to reach, but not everyone's going to be perfect. But anyway, that is going to be it for this podcast. If you're on YouTube, thanks for watching. If you're on Spotify, thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed. Again, if you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button, hit the notification button so you won't ever miss another video. And one more thing, we're not going to do trivia anymore. It was getting kind of annoying. Maybe if I have guests over, but not really like normal, because I couldn't do a bunch of trivia about it today. But anyway, so yeah, and if you're on Spotify, make sure to hit that follow button and share with your friends and tell them all about it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for listening / watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Micah Manages It, the Micah Makes It podcast. If you enjoyed watching this and are on YouTube, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will never miss another episode. And if you're on Spotify, make sure to hit the follow button so you won't miss another episode either. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy your day.